Hey everyone, Eugene here, back again. Hope you're all well. Got for you today from LABO. This is Santal 33, and in my last disdain for LABO video, I got a bunch of questions asking, why do you have so many LABOs if you're not a fan of the brand? And my answer is just simply like, who cares? Like, this is a perfume channel. I have perfume, and I have lots of perfume that I don't necessarily like, so I'm not sure what the big deal is. Why do you have so much perfume? Or why do you have a man bun? Or why do you live with your mom? Or why do you live in your mom's basement and not have a car or a job or children? Like, who cares? It's none of my business, just like it's none of your business why I have a bottle of Santal 33 or Dior Sauvage. Like, it's irrelevant. So yeah, I thought I'd take this out, thinking maybe I'll change my mind on this legendary cultish perfume, you know, highly regarded by celebrities and B-listers and fashion gurus and beauty bloggers and kids in the know, you know, because the cool kids, all the cool kids are wearing it, so it's got to be a really good perfume, which I don't think it is. It doesn't matter how many times I take this for a ride. I don't think my mind's ever going to change on Santal 33 or many of the LABOs. I'm just not a fan of the, you know, the brand aesthetics, the cheap smelling synthetic woody accords that they're using. That's found in this perfume as well. I don't think there's ever been a wearing of this where I haven't gotten a headache. It's just very powerful. It's a lot of synthetic aroma chemicals. I know I keep using that, or I keep bringing that up, but it's not what we would classify as fine French perfume. I'm not even sure this is a French, I think it was founded in the US, and I'm not sure if they're actually, you know, like, a lot of their brands do come off synthetic and choppy and incomplete to me. I'm not sure if that's their vision, if that's what they want to portray for whatever reason. I'm not sure why any perfume brand would want that, but this to me smells very unfinished, very it's not very subtle. There's none of that French charm or sophistication. I mean, it is kind of sophisticated, and you know, there's minimal sweetness in there that we like. I think it's just like it's kind of lacking that finishing touch. It might be missing, you know, 10 to 15 notes, just kind of to polish it out or even it off, because it's a wonderful theme, this perfume, what they're trying to accomplish. They just kind of missed the boat. The execution isn't there, and I'm not a perfumer, nor do I ever care to make perfumes, but you know, just I've been smelling perfumes for years and years and years, and I'm just speaking out of, you know, what I've learned myself. So you can pretty much pick up every single transition in here. It's like that smoothness, that fineness, that subtlety, that charm is missing in here. That understatement, you know, this is all just like, it's very big and bold and brash, and you know, there's nothing wrong with big and bold and brash. Like, Dior Poison's big and bold and brash, and they've kind of been compared in places, in magazines and books, and you know, just cult perfumes, LABO Santal 33, Dior Poison. And to me, nowhere do they fit on the same page in the same book or in the same hemisphere, the same galaxy. Like, Poison's in a complete different class of perfume than Santal 33. And you know, I kind of wish that it did have that French charm to it, because you know, like I said, I do love the theme. It's very leathery and woody and dry, and it does lack that sweetness that a lot of perfumes are made today. As a selling point, you know, they everybody wants to wear something sweet, and this definitely doesn't have any of that sweetness, which is great. But another thing that it's lacking is the Santal part. So Santal is, you know, sandalwood. There's absolutely no sandalwood in this perfume whatsoever. Sandalwood is traditionally very creamy. It's got a coconut fruity aspect to it. It's warm. This perfume is very cold. It's very sterile. You know, the woods are very dry. They're not creamy. There's no creaminess to this. There's no creamy Santal. It's all dry, cold cedar wood. Even the leather here, to me, it smells very cheap. It smells like, you know, a jacket that I had when I was 7 years old that my mom bought at Byway that was made in China or something. It's not supple leather. It's not soft suede. It's a cheap Chinese leather jacket that, you know, you leave it out in the sun in your car or something and it'll crack. The next day you come out and the leather's all cracked because your mom paid $4 for it. And God forbid, you know, your friends saw your mom buy it at the Byway the night before, and they come to school and they tell all your friends, and they make fun of you for the rest of the year. You know that kid. We all know that kid. But you know, it's not even the leather. It's the woods, and all combined, it's just very headache inducing to me. It's very loud and obnoxious. The woods to me are very. It's very foresty. I think of a forest when I wear this. Forest obviously outdoors, and almost like a church. It's very churchy, the dry dustiness to this. So it's like a church in the forest in your cheap leather jacket. That's what this reminds me of. And that's not necessarily the bad part. I like that theme. That all sounds, you know, very pleasing to me. Church in the forest in your leather jacket sounds great. So what, you know, they missed the boat on here is the execution. You know, they're missing those bridge notes, just kind of to gap everything together, to make it a little bit more fluid, a little bit less choppy. And I'm not even sure if this makes any sense because I'm not a perfumer, nor do I pretend to be. So let's put a little bit of this on. I shouldn't spray too much because I will get a headache. And I think they try and camouflage this as a Santal with that green fig note, because fig is milky and creamy, and it's got that fruity aspect to it, which sandalwood is supposed to have. So they don't have sandalwood in here. They give you a cedar wood, and they mask it with that fig. And I think it's actually the fig in here that's giving me a headache. And on a blotter, I can definitely pick up dill vibes. I don't get the dill on my skin, and I don't get cucumber on my skin, but on the blotter, I can get the dill and cucumber. It's kind of like this wet, powdery cucumber. That sounds disgusting. But this perfume does get a little bit powdery on me in the dry down. It's a very raspy leather, like a very crackled leather. That's what I'm getting. And I'm not sure, like, it's not even the leather that's the horrible part. I think just as a unit, it's just lacking. It's missing that, you know, that master perfumer touch. If you were to put this in the hands of a master perfumer, this could have been a genius. It could have been a masterpiece. But unfortunately, I don't see it like that. I just see it as, I'm not sure. Like if you were to put this in a Hugo Boss exclusive bottle, or let's say a Gucci bottle, nobody would have thought twice about this, you know, at $100 bottle. But because it's $300 and it's exclusive and it's hard to find, and it's worn by hipsters, it's, you know, this wonderful, amazing perfume, which I just don't see it. And I'm not going to even apologize for not loving it. It's just, it's just how I feel, and it's not going to change. Anyway, I'd love to hear your thoughts. I know I know what my viewers are going to say. My viewers kind of have the same opinion on me, and I've always said I've got the best, most knowledgeable viewers on YouTube, and there's no denying that. I know I do, but I'd love to hear from the other people that don't comment. What do you think of Santal 33? Is it worth the hype? Is it worth, you know, all the praise and you know, just the kind of the goofiness that goes on with this fragrance? I certainly don't think so. Anyway, that's been my review of Santal 33, and we'll see you soon.